Stop underestimating the power of the little things and the short amount of time that you will spend on something. As I have said previously, where attention goes, energy flows. Energy flows there, and so if you give attention to something for 5 minutes, best believe that that can actually have a lasting impact on you. 5 minutes is all you need, even less. Now, never underestimate the little moves, and not just the little moves, but the short amount of time that you do things. When we see, for example, David Goggins, which is genuinely, I really look up to him so much, and honestly, I just look up to that guy, that man, so much. Look at him. He right now can run marathons, triathlons. He can run it all. You know, he holds a world record as well. But the thing is that you are comparing someone who is at a stage where his hard work and his decisions are just purely showing through. However, you are at the space where you can't even run for 10 minutes without sweating and being completely out of breath and everything hurting. And don't think he wasn't there at one point either. He wrote in his book. He was fat, he was overweight, he couldn't do it. But he did, because he wouldn't allow himself to believe that he couldn't do it. So he did. Now, you are at the stage of where maybe you can't even run 10 minutes, maybe you can't even run 30 seconds, and you are done. You are done for, and you can't run anymore. And then you're thinking you want to quit. Don't. Do not do that. Because guess what? That's what matters. It's the fact that you are running, even for 30 seconds. People just overestimate how much to expect from yourself at genuinely at just a beginning level. You don't know how to be a beginner at things. You do not know how to be a beginner. When you're a beginner, you're going to be shit. You're going to suck. You aren't going to do well at things. So don't look at someone like David Goggins and think to yourself, well, I'm actually shit. Because this man has been in the exact same situation as you. He just decided to keep on going through it. And that's it. Consistency will always beat perfection. You have to be consistent with things. And you have to allow yourself to just be a beginner. I have this thing, and I have a lot of friends around me that also have this thing where if we do something for the first time and it doesn't work out well, we kind of just want to leave it. And we're like, oh my gosh. Because we expected ourselves to be phenomenal at it in the beginning. That's not the case. That's very rare to find something like this. Or for example, I would sometimes look at like my friends and they would do something and first try, it worked out really well for them. For me, it worked out horribly. Like, it was actually horrendous. It was embarrassing. But then I remembered that, well, this was the first time that I did it. And then I was like, but this was also their first time that they did this. And it worked out extremely well for them. So what? So what? Stop comparing. Stop giving yourself so much comparison. Understand that people have different things that they are better or worse at. Everything is unfair. Everything is unfair. We live in a very unfair world, and things will always be unfair. There will always be someone that is privileged in a certain area compared to someone else. But guess what? That person then has a privilege over that person in another area. So don't compare. Allow yourself to be a beginner. Don't ever think that something is too small to have an impact as well. Consistency. Running for 10 seconds is better than not running at all. If you set yourself out to run for 3 hours and you haven't run in 10 years, you are truly an idiot. You are truly an idiot because you are overworking something that is actually going to have more of a negative effect on you, because you say to yourself, oh, this is discipline. That's not discipline, it's called stupidity. You haven't run in 10, 15 years. You weigh 150 kilograms and you expect yourself to start running for 3 hours just because you read that David Goggins was running for however long. Like, genuinely, balance what is not even realistic, but just balance. Just not even balance, just understand that you're a beginner. So you aren't going to be able to run like that just yet. And it's not even the discipline that will keep you going. you won't even reap the positive effects of it. You can't set yourself out at 135 kilograms to run for, like, let's say you're 135 kilograms and you're like, I don't know, like 5'9", sorry, not even 5'9", and you're like 5'8". You're 5'8" and you weigh 160 kilograms, let's even say that, and you set yourself out to run for 3 hours straight after not running for like 10-15 years. No. Stop underestimating the power of being a beginner at things. Set yourself out to run for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Then the next day, build it up to 2. Hey, today you don't have a lot of time, you don't know how to like fit things into your schedule, run for 30 seconds. Because you should never underestimate even that 30 second of a run. It's way better than not doing it. Also, for example, sorry about that. For example, when you, like, you know, training as well and exercising, you don't have a lot of time, but you say to yourself, no, I promise myself I'll have like 3-hour workouts every day, but today you do not have the time to do that, so I'll just leave it. No, you go in the gym and you go there for an hour, or you go there for 30 minutes. Stop thinking that a short amount of time won't affect you, because it will affect you. Also, don't look at things and minimize them because you think that it's not going to have much of an impact. For example, you think that you need, in order for your company to work out, you think that you need the craziest levels of marketing. Not true. Literally, I've had so many accounts that I went on purely just through a comment section. One little comment that maybe had like 2 likes, and I was like, wait, that's a bit interesting. And I went on the account and I'm like, wait, they've actually got like really cool stuff on there. Don't underestimate the power of just doing the little things. So the little things, for example, running like 20 seconds. Obviously that's not going to have like crazy effects on you, but it will, because it builds consistency and it actually enables you to start trusting yourself in a certain task. Commenting a little thing on TikTok, for example, instead of going out and spending, I don't know, or getting into debt over marketing. A little comment will do. End of. So, moral of this video, because I am aware if it's that I can't speak. I'm aware of the fact that it's a bit all over the place, but please leave this video with these 3 things in mind. 3? I think so. Staying consistent is absolutely essential. Never underestimate the little time or the little effort maybe even that you put into a task, because just doing the task is completely enough to keep on building trust. And third of all, so yeah, never underestimate the small tasks. Consistency. And oh my gosh, I forgot, and it was like the main one. Allow yourself to be a beginner. Allow yourself to be a beginner, and I can never emphasize this enough. Allow yourself to be a beginner and take the steps to become better. So stop comparing yourself to these people where you already see their results. Because, for example, David Goggins, that man worked his ass off for years to now be such an inspiration to so many people. The man worked his ass off for years. So don't expect yourself to be phenomenal at something the first time you try. Don't expect that of yourself. Try your hardest, but don't expect to